Hey everyone, so today we have kind of a different video. We will be opening this booster box of paradoxrift. It's kind of hard to find Pokemon cards here where I live, so I finally found a box and I figured that would make a good video to open this up, if I can. So I have my sleeves here and the top loaders, although I probably won't be needing those too much, but just in case, it'll at least keep the matches down. And there's some cards I have from this box, or this set, and this set is kind of unique. It has the most valuable card is actually not one of the secret illustration rares, but it's the Groudon, and it's an illustration rare, so it should be more common, you think, but let's see how lucky we get. So I'm gonna open the box up, and then we'll just go through the cards, or the packs. Should I leave it like this? It doesn't matter. All right, first pack then. I'll probably edit in some of the more valuable cards in this set, and which ones I do have, so hopefully we get some that we don't have. This seems very easy to open. Some sets, I think, are that way. Alright, let me see if I'm showing it on the camera. Will we get something here on the first pack? And looks like not. A Steelix, regular. Well, I guess it's a rare, but doesn't really count. I'm gonna place the bulk down here. Alright, let's go for the next pack. Alright. Ting Lu. Nothing special in this pack either. Probably going to make a mess here on the mattress. This is my first recording of a booster box opening. I've done one in the past, but it was like an EPB. And I had my assistant, my girlfriend, open that one up. Hopefully I'm handling the cards a little bit better. Again, more Pico. I haven't really played this set, or like this generation, so I don't really know much of the Pokemon in this. The packs open really easily. Let's see if the focus is in place. Yeah, looks good. And we got a Palkia. Also nothing I would sleeve. Alright, there should be, on average, I think it's like 12, 13 hits or so per booster box. But those also include the half arts. So let's see if we can get a secret illustration rare in this one. Iron Moth. Nothing in this either. Maybe we have a error booster box where there's no hits. That would be kind of rare, I guess. All right. Horsey, and we got our first illustration rare, a Blitzel. I don't think I have this card, so that's nice. And then a Bo-Chien. I'm gonna go ahead and sleeve this one up. Unfortunately, I only have the sleeves from the ETBs. This one is from the Lost Origin, I believe, the Giratina. They're kind of tight compared to the sleeves I've seen people use online, where the cards easily just go in. It seems like there's not a lot of damage on the card. Let's see if I can get it in focus. Looks pretty decent. Trying to see if the reflection of the hollow. Alright, I'll put it in the sleeve. These sleeves are also known for not really showing the hollowness that much. Because I think I read somewhere that they use them in when you play. So the players that the shininess and things doesn't remove how easy it is to read. So that's why they use those specific sleeves, I heard. But yeah, they're kind of sometimes difficult to put the card in safely, especially if you get something very valuable. You have to be careful. Alright, our first hit was a Blitzel. Let's see if we get some more. This pack was struggling a bit more to open. And a Brute Bonnet. I don't know what this Pokemon is either. Maybe you guys watching know more. Alright, next pack. I haven't really been counting. Got a Chi-Yu. This sounds like a Chinese set, or like a set of Pokemon. Maybe the characters went somewhere towards that region in the game, I don't know. Alright, the next one. Chimpao. Definitely sound a bit in that region. I haven't really caught up on Pokemon. I think I watched up to season 2 or so back when I was younger on the TV. Other than that, I haven't really. I also just played the Generation 2 games. Alright, let's see. A Zekrom. Looks kind of cool. We're also just picking from the box at random. I know some people like to tend to one side and then move on to the next one. Zubat, I know that one. This one I think is also from some early generations. And Kingdra from Set or Genesis. Generation 1. Let's pick one from the right side. Maybe they're all hiding there. The hits. Book Trio. And we got ourselves a secret illustration rare, I believe. Professor Turo's Scenario. Looks quite nice. If the camera wants to focus, nice. Anyway, let's leave this one up. It looks like there's a card stuck behind it. Zigzatu from Generation 2. Alright, let's be careful here with the secret illustration rare. Looks like there's a Pokemon there in the background as well. I don't know if you guys can see. Anyway, looks pretty nice. Let's leave this one up. I guess most of the hits have been hiding on the right side. I don't know if I damage it if I push it too much. Maybe I should top load that one. Not really. I don't think it's worth that much. I had a look at earlier at the most valuable ones, so I think I have an idea. I should maybe just put these to the side, so they take so much space. Alright, let's get into the next one. I want to see if the camera can focus. Alright, keep focusing. Deoxys and Tivo. Stack is getting pretty big here. Alright, so this was from the left side, I think, as well. Let's see. Maybe we get lucky to get something on the left side. But 2 hits so far does not really show a lot of promise in this box so far. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus. Alright, looks like we have something here, full art. It's a half art. Sandy Shocks EX. Looks like a evolution of the Magnemite, Magnetron. Guess let's leave this one up as well. Let's put it a bit lower. Alright, next pack. This one from the right side. There are some cards I would really like from this one. Aegislash. No clue. It might be something from Sword and Shield. Kind of sounds like a shield or something. Alright. Earthworm. And we got ourselves a Toxtricity. I think this is a... I'm not sure actually. Most likely it's just the illustration or full art. Looks pretty cool. I'm kind of shaking. It's not really because I'm that nervous or anything. Just kind of sitting in a weird position so the camera can record. All right. So we got these ranked up a little bit. I guess this one would go here because it's more rare. All right, so I think we got about half left. Let's look into these ones. And the Latios. Kind of mid. Let's empty the left side first. Maybe there were some hits there on the back. All right. And we got a trainer card called Chantal. I think that's how it's pronounced. Let's take a look at this one. It's quite cool. Alright, trainer card, where should those go? I'm guessing it's pretty much the same. Somewhere in the back. Maybe before the half arts. Alright, let's see what next we've got. Alright, Porygon, Toadscool, Earthworm, Absol, Tinglu, and the Zubat, and the Deoxys. That one I know from a different set. Has some really nice full art cards. I think it's the Fusion Strike. Alright. Pulling half the cards at once. And we got a Ferrothorn. I have not seen this card before. That's pretty cool. A new card at least. Something I don't have in my collection. I'm really bad at centering it. But yeah, it looks pretty nice. I like the artwork. Alright, full art. Let's put it here next to the other one. And let's move on to the next one. And we got ourselves a half art Toxtricity. I can never pronounce this one's name. At least not on the first try. Alright. We got two half arts, one trainer, one secret art trainer. Secret illustration rare, two illustration rares, and one full art. Not bad so far. The only card I know right now that I have is the Steelix. But there's a few more, I believe, that I have, but I just don't remember right now. But I guess that if I see them, then I will remember. All right, let's see with the right side. It's been has had a bit of better RNG so far. Pansage, Union, Iron Bundle, and a Groudon. This is the one we would like in. Is it full art or illustration rare? Maybe. Most likely illustration rare. All right. Oh, yeah. This is the one I was just talking about. And also the most valuable card in the set, the Groudon Illustration Rare. Okay, just I gotta be careful here. Nothing else in the packs. Let's take a look. So this is, for some reason, the most valuable card of the set. I mean, it looks really nice, but it's not a secret illustration rare. So that's what kind of makes it interesting that it's the most valuable one. All right. Maybe we should top load this one. This will be the first time I top load a card. I found these top loaders recently. All right. Let's send this for grading, I suppose. Not really. Maybe I might do it if I have a lot more to grade, but I don't know if there's any of that service available here. Let me put this somewhere where it grabs more attention, here in the middle. All right, and I'm pretty happy with this set so far. But let's see if it still has a few more hits to give. We're at 9 for now. But given the illustration rare we just pulled, I'd say I'm pretty happy. So I'm not expecting too much more. But why not, you know? Zacian. Well, regular, I suppose. I don't know what they're called. The non-hits. Let's try and move the pace up a little bit here. And we got a half art Golisopod. I don't know how that's pronounced. Some kind of insect, I suppose. Let's leave this bad boy up. All right, let's see. I have no idea what this is. Looks like a trainer mixed with a Pokemon. Maybe some kind of ostrich. Or like the inspiration is from there. Alright, we got 7 or 8 packs left. 8 with this one. Loudred. Zubat. Magby and Golisopod full art. This looks pretty cool. It was the one we got a half art of earlier. Looks really nice. Alright, let's leave it up. So we're now at 10 hits. So potentially a few more left. But there's no guarantees, I don't think. Let's put this here next to the other full art. Alright, Crustle, Onyx, Screamtail, Larry, and another Golisopod. This time, the common one. Can we get enough of the Galisopods? Maybe there's an illustration rare of it still. I wouldn't say no to that. Piviltal. I'm not sure how to pronounce that one. Alright, we're down to our last 5 packs. Let's try this side. Alright. Is the focus on? Yep. Aeromoth and Porygon Z. Those will go into my bulk. Milotic. Alright, last 3. As I mentioned, booster boxes are a bit rare here, so in future videos I probably won't be opening too many of those, but maybe a collection of packs here and there of different sets. And we got ourselves a Garchomp EX. This is one of the more known Pokemon, I believe, from this set. Alright, last 2. And we have 11 hits so far, so maybe there's some hits in these still. We got ourselves a Bombardier EX, Bombardier. Looks pretty okay. Alright, last pack. Let's see if we get another illustration rare. That would be nice. Usually there's like 1 secret illustration rare per booster box, I think. And we got the Professor this time. The most valuable SIR is the Altaria. Alright, no secret illustration rare, another one this time. We got a, I'm not even gonna try pronouncing that one. But still a pretty nice haul, especially with the Groudon. That one really settled it. Just gonna go over these real quick, closer to the camera, without damaging them, or trying to at least. Alright, so we have the Groudon that we just pulled. Try and put it in focus. The SIR. This one, Ferrothorn. The Blitzel. Golisopod Full Art. Toxtricity Full Art. The Chantal Trainer. And then a few half arts. All right. Thanks for watching this box opening, and I'll see you guys next time.